in the heart of Miami's glittering Fontainebleau Hotel, where the ocean breeze mingled with the scent of fresh orchids and expensive perfume. My world shattered in an instant. The string quartet's melody swelled as I stood at the altar, my custom Oscar de la Renta gown hugging my frame like a promise of forever. 200 guests, tech tycoons, Wall Street sharks, and social media influencers filled the grand ballroom, their faces lit by the golden chandeliers overhead. My fiancé, Alex, squeezed my hand, his eyes full of the quiet love that had pulled me through years of silent storms. But then my mother, Evelyn Hayes, approached with that predatory grace she reserved for boardroom kills. Her tailored Armani suit was flawless, her silver-streaked hair pinned back like a crown of thorns. "You were never meant to be," she whispered in my ear, her breath hot and venomous, before stepping back and revealing the tailor shears concealed in her sleeve. With a single, deliberate slash, she tore through the bodice, the silk ripping like flesh under a knife. The sound echoed like thunder in the stunned silence, exposing me to the world in my vulnerability. Humiliation burned through me like acid, but beneath it, something colder ignited, a vow etched in my soul. They would all pay for this betrayal. My name is Sophia Grant, and what should have been my triumph was now the spark to their ruin. The Fontainebleau's ballroom overlooked the Atlantic, its floor-to-ceiling windows framing a perfect blue horizon that mocked the chaos unfolding inside. Guests shifted uncomfortably in their seats, whispers rippling like waves. Evelyn stepped back, her eyes gleaming with triumph, as if she'd just closed a multi-million-dollar deal. My father, Victor Hayes, the iron-fisted CEO of Hayes Luxe Industries, a conglomerate peddling high-end cosmetics and skincare to the elite, stood rigid in the front row, his bespoke suit hiding the calculator ticking in his mind. He didn't flinch, didn't intervene. His silence was complicity. As always, my older brother, Nathan, the golden child with his Harvard law degree and VP title at 28, crossed his arms and averted his gaze, a faint smirk betraying his relief. He'd always seen me as the weak link, the one who dared question the family's polished facade. Alex moved to shield me, but I held him back with a trembling hand. This wasn't his battle, it was mine, born from years of swallowed pain and unspoken wounds. The wedding planner hurried over with a silk wrap, but I waved it away, letting the torn fabric hang like battle scars. Let them see the raw truth beneath the glamour. Victor finally spoke, his voice smooth as polished marble. "Security, please assist my daughter to the suite. Family matter." But I planted my feet, the cool tile grounding me as rage simmered into resolve. "No," I said, my voice cutting through the murmurs. "This show isn't over." Evelyn's composure flickered, just a hairline crack. But I saw it. She'd expected tears, collapse, the broken girl she'd molded me to be. But today, in front of every power player they'd invited to witness their victory, she'd handed me the weapon I needed. Growing up in the Hayes family meant navigating a minefield of expectations, where love was conditional and success measured in stock prices. Hayes Luxe wasn't just a business, it was a dynasty forged from Victor's grandfather's small perfume shop in New York, expanded into a $3 billion empire of creams, serums, and illusions of eternal youth. From the outside, we were the epitome of American aspiration, magazine spreads in Vanity Fair, sponsorships at the Met Gala, philanthropic foundations bearing our name. But behind the doors of our Hamptons estate, with its infinity pools and imported marble, we were a theater of cruelty. Nathan was the heir apparent, inheriting Evelyn's sharp tongue and Victor's strategic mind. He negotiated his first acquisition at 22, earning praise and promotions while I watched from the shadows. Me, I was the afterthought. The daughter who preferred environmental science over profit projections. Who dared suggest our products' natural labels were greenwashing at best. You're not thinking like a Hayes, Evelyn would hiss during family dinners. Her fork poised like a dagger whenever I mentioned toxic ingredients or unsustainable sourcing. The barbs were endless. Nathan would never embarrass us like this. Nathan understands discretion. Nathan dresses the part for investor meetings. Each word carved deeper, shaping me into a vessel of quiet resentment, desperate for approval that evaporated like mist. The fracture widened when I turned 24. Fresh out of Stanford with a degree in sustainable chemistry, a deliberate rebellion against their empire of synthetic promises. Instead of joining Hayes Lux as planned, I launched my own line. Sophia Pure, Clean. Ethical skincare using traceable ingredients and fair trade suppliers. Victor's response was arctic. He didn't yell. Just methodically dismantled my world, freezing my inheritance. Blacklisting me with vendors. Whispering poison to potential backers. Evelyn lounged on the leather sofa in his office, sipping Chardonnay as she added, "We built you, Sophia. Every school, every connection, ours. And you repay us by undermining the legacy?" But I pushed forward with scraped-together funds and Alex's tech-savvy support, building something real amid their facade. Retaliation came like a storm, exclusion from holidays, airbrushed out of company bios. Evelyn spreading rumors of my mental health sabbatical. Nathan played the concerned sibling, texting platitudes while spying for them. Just come back. Soph. We can fix this internally. But I knew internally meant burying truths under layers of legal threats and PR spin. Then, 18 months ago, the dam broke. A former lab technician, Maria Lopez, contacted me anonymously, her voice trembling over a secure line. She'd been fired from Hayes Lux's facility in Mexico for refusing to falsify test results. "They're using parabens and phthalates in the organic line," she whispered. "Banned in Europe, but cheap here. Workers are getting rashes, respiratory issues, and Victor signs off on it all." She smuggled out files, emails ordering cover-ups, photos of contaminated batches, financial trails to shell companies masking toxic imports. Hayes Lux's EcoLux collection, marketed to conscious celebrities at $200 a jar, was laced with carcinogens, poisoning users and ecosystems alike. I compiled it all, planning a whistleblower expose. But they sniffed it out, perhaps Nathan's doing, or their hired surveillance. Evelyn appeared at my loft one evening, uninvited, her presence suffocating like overripe lilies. "Drop this nonsense. Marry Alex in a splashy ceremony. Rejoin as the reformed innovator. We'll absorb your little brand." Her smile was a blade. "Refuse, and we'll crucify you." I refused, and the threats escalated, targeting Maria too, her visa status, her family's safety. But I'd learned from their playbook, duplicates hidden in cloud vaults, allies in waiting. The wedding was their masterstroke, a media circus to whitewash scandals, with every influencer and exec invited to toast the family reunion. But I'd turned it into my arena. Standing in the shredded gown, I felt the weight of their stares, the smartphones capturing every tear in the fabric. "You want betrayal?" I addressed the crowd, my voice steady despite the knot in my throat. "Let's talk real betrayal." Evelyn's eyes widened as I signaled the AV tech, my hire, not theirs. Screens meant for slideshows of our happy family flickered to life with Maria's evidence, lab reports on hormone disruptors in best-selling serums, worker testimonies of chemical exposures leading to miscarriages, Victor's signatures on bribe ledgers to evade FDA scrutiny. Gasps turned to outrage, a venture capitalist in the third row bolted for the door. "Phone tier." Nathan paled, whispering furiously to Evelyn, but she was unraveling, her poise cracking like cheap foundation. In the bridal suite, away from the frenzy, I allowed myself 5 minutes of raw grief, not for the gown, which I'd loathed as their imposed symbol, but for the child I'd been, starving for scraps of affection in their cold empire. Then, resolve hardened. My ally, journalist Lena Torres, burst in. Laptop open. Your mom's meltdown is viral. 5 million views already. TikToks are exploding. My lawyer, Jordan Reyes, followed. Injunction filed. Borders watched. DOJ's on alert for fraud. Maria called from a protected location in Texas. I've got more witnesses, factory hands ready to stream live. Alex entered last. His touch a anchor. They gathered the audience. Now give them the truth. I changed into my true creation, a Sophia Pure-inspired ensemble of recycled silk and organic dyes. Simple yet defiant. Like armor forged from their lies. Lena live-streamed the transformation, narrating the hypocrisy, while Hayes Lux peddles poison. This is real sustainability. Texts flooded in, Nathan pleading. Stop. You'll ruin us all. An anonymous tip from a disgruntled board member. Offshore accounts exposed. Back in the ballroom, the air thickened with tension. Victor commandeered the mic, spinning the dress incident as symbolic rebirth, but I reclaimed it. Rebirth? Let's rebirth the truth. Slides hammered home. Victor's keynote at a beauty expo praising clean innovation, juxtaposed with footage of Mexican workers in hazmat suits handling banned chemicals. Audio leaks played, Evelyn directing falsified labels, Nathan approving shipments knowing the risks. The crowd erupted. A celebrity endorser tweeted her contract termination mid-presentation. Federal agents, tipped off, arrived discreetly, badges flashing. Victor lunged for the controls. But my security, ex-cops loyal to justice, held firm. Evelyn's facade shattered. You ungrateful wretch. But her hatred only fueled me. As arrests loomed, Nathan broke. You knew, didn't you? All those business trips, you made me sign the papers blind. Evelyn snapped back. You were compensated. His betrayal stung deepest. The brother I'd once idolized, now a pawn in their game. The fallout cascaded like dominoes. Hayes Lux stock plummeted. Trading halted amid SEC probes. Retail giants like Sephora yanked products. Influencers purged endorsements. Maria's live feeds from affected communities showed poisoned wells. Sick children, visceral proof that pierced the elite bubble. A whistleblower chorus emerged. Chemists revealing formula frauds. Accountants tracing tax havens. Victor and Evelyn were cuffed on stage, their empire crumbling in real time. You're destroying your blood, Evelyn hissed as agents led her away. No, I replied, voice low but lethal. You destroyed lives for profit. This is the price. Nathan, tears streaming, handed over his own records. I was blind. Help me make it right. In the emptied ballroom, as sunset bled across the ocean, exhaustion mingled with catharsis. Alex held me, not the wedding we dreamed. Better, I whispered. Honest. Lena tallied, 50 million views, industry reform pledges pouring in. Jordan confirmed, victims fund from liquidation, medical care, cleanups. Maria's call brought closure. You gave us voices. Justice isn't free, but it's ours. Nathan approached hesitantly. I lost everything, career. Illusions. Build anew, I said. The wound still raw. From truth. Not lies. Walking the beach that night. Waves erasing footprints. I shed the Hayes name like shed skin. Tomorrow, trials. Rebuilds. A quiet city hall vow with Alex. But tonight, freedom tasted like salt air, bitter from loss, sweet from victory. Their betrayal had forged my strength. My silence had been strategy. Not weakness. The empire fell not from hate, but from the inexorable pull of buried truths surfacing, demanding reckoning. In the end, the price of their choices was everything, and mine was liberation.